Hey y'all! So I'm coming to you today with LSAT study tips, more so for people who are choosing to self-study rather than take a course. I talked to you guys about my LSAT journey in my God Got Me video. And so yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a few more details. This video was actually requested by one of my really good friends, so shout out to her on making me make this video. But yeah, I have just a few tips for studying, and then also some tips for the day of. So if you're getting ready to take the LSAT, if you're thinking about taking the LSAT, watch this video, like it, comment on it if you have other questions, subscribe to my channel so I can know to make more videos. Yeah, I also want to let you guys know that I did not spend $1 on LSAT prep, and for me this is really important because I'm broke. Although I had a job and I was going to school and all that stuff while I was studying for the LSAT, I don't know why I didn't have any money for it. I never had it. But more importantly, you can do this for free if you have like financial issues. Don't let your finances hold you back. Don't feel like you have to spend $600, $700 on a class. And if you do want to take a class but you can't afford it, there's many ways to get discounts. I know, for example, Howard has a partnership with Kaplan where they offer students discounts. So like look into stuff like that if you do want to take a class. And if you can't afford a class, don't think it's the end of the world. Like, you can self-study. So my first study tip would be to have an accountability partner. Now, this partner doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's also taking the LSAT. It's just someone who's going to hold you accountable and make sure you're studying. This was a really big thing for me because I can easily put it off like, I don't feel like doing it today. But I had my accountability partner, Elizabeth, who was studying for the GRE. So we would go to the library together. And although we weren't studying for the same things, we were just making sure each other was studying. Secondly, don't cram. As you all know, the LSAT is a very learnable test. So if you start early, you're guaranteed to do better. I honestly find myself cramming, like, it's really sad, but the week of the LSAT, I stayed in the med school until about 3 a.m. every night, like looking at this new wonderful website that I found, which I'll share with you guys in a little bit, and it just wasn't a good method. Like, if I had found that website weeks before, I would have been so much better off. But yeah, don't cram, y'all. It doesn't help. Start early. Next, I would say to get the Power Score Bibles. And when you use these Bibles, like, I found them online in PDF because y'all know I like to do things for free. But yeah, when you get these Bibles, start at the first page. Like, I was like, I know this already. So I like skip to the middle. And then they're like, oh, refer back to what you learned in chapter 1. And I was like, crap, I didn't even do chapter 1. So I kind of didn't really get the full benefit of the Power Score Bibles because I didn't start at the beginning. So that's another tip. So the writing section, don't stress it, y'all. It's like a high school persuasive essay. Like, I don't really remember if I was worried about this part, but if you're worried, don't be worried. So another piece of advice is don't keep taking tests over and over again. Like, that was one of my issues. Like, for like 2 weeks, I think I just took a test like every day, and I didn't see myself improving. I was actually getting worse, and that's because I wasn't looking for the explanations of like why I was getting stuff wrong. I would just get it wrong and then put like a check mark. But no, you need to like look for the right answer and find out like why you're getting it wrong. So yeah, do that. Let's see. Logic games. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm sure you done heard a lot about logic games, but the major key to logic games is learning how to diagram. So like I said before, the Power Score Bibles, they kind of help you with this. And also the website is 7SAGE, the number 7, SAGE. I'll put it down in the information section of the video. But this website, it literally has like video explanations for every logic game that has been on like every LSAT. And this website was seriously a major key. And 7 Stage also has a feature on their app where they like proctor the test for you. So they'll, give you your 35 minutes and there'll be like 5 minutes left. And also practice using a watch, y'all. Like, major key. Like, if you don't know how to read this kind of watch, you need to learn today, because you're gonna be like, ooh, when did I start? I started at the middle, so then that means I get to go to the middle plus learn how to read a watch, y'all. You need to know how to read a watch for those. And then when it comes to the reading section, do the hardest passage last. So for me, the hardest passage was the science passage. So like I would do like the first 3 passages, and then I would come back to the science passage, because that one was always just really hard for me. And all the questions are worth the same amount of points. So yeah, I always did that section last, and I think that worked well for me. So on the day of the LSAT, get a good seat, y'all. Like, this is the major key. I was sitting like by some random guy, and he kept laughing during the LSAT, y'all. It was like the biggest distraction ever. Like, I wish I would have asked to move away from him, because before they even handed out the test, he was laughing. So I should have known he was going to be a problem, but he was really distracting me. And so yeah, I wish I would have like moved places away from him. This sounds really elementary, but yeah, a good seat is a major key. Also, read the information about what you can and can't take into the testing center. And also read the fine print on like your sign-in sheet. I don't know what it's called, but read the fine print. They were like, do not sign this part until you have arrived at the testing center. And of course, the night before, I'm trying to get all prepared, and I signed it. So then I had to wake up an extra 15 minutes early and go to the library and reprint the sheets. So yeah. Also, on the day of the test, make sure you answer every question. Even if they're like 1 minute left, just fill in the bubbles randomly, because you're not going to get points off for wrong answers. So a guess is better than nothing. And last but not least, when you're done, go celebrate. Like, you really just accomplished something great. Although you don't know your score right away, just have faith that you did well. Oh yeah, I forgot something also. Before, like the night before and the morning of, like, make sure you say a prayer, y'all. Like, at the end of the day, it's up to God, honestly. Well, I believe. And like me myself, I went to, at Howard, we had like a Friday Night Live, if you want to call it, event. And I honestly went to the altar and I got prayed over for the LSAT. Like, this was a big deal, so I needed that blessing. And okay, this is the last thing for real, because I said last but not least, but it wasn't last. Set a goal for what score you want. So say you want a 160, set that goal. And when you get your score back, if you get over 160, just let it go. Like, don't be like, oh my God, I'm gonna go take it again, because what if I can? No, let it go. The LSAT is too expensive to keep taking it over and over. My goal, honestly, was a 150. I was like, if I get a 150, I'm not taking it again. So like, I mean my breakfast, but yeah, what I was saying. Oh yeah, so when I got my LSAT score back, I was on vacation with my best friend Danielle. We had just come from Miami, y'all, crazy trip. I don't even want to get into details, but no, we came out of this Mexican restaurant, and my other friend Danielle, she texted me and she's like, oh, LSAT scores came out, I just got my email. So I was like so nervous, y'all. So I gave my phone to Danielle, the one that I was with, and I was like, if I got over a 150, scream. And she like screamed so loud, she's like, ah! And then other people in the car were like, what is wrong with y'all? But yeah, it was just a great day. So then I went and rewarded myself with some MAC lipstick. Something else to know about your score is that when you get your LSAT score back, they don't tell you like, oh, you did really bad on logic games. If you want to take it again, practice logic games. Like, no, you might, like, you can go on the LSAT website and see like what you got wrong, but it doesn't say like, oh, this was the reading comprehension section. And so that's all I have for y'all. Like, honestly, I wish I can give y'all like the key, like, oh, number one is always going to be A, number two is always going to be B. But y'all, I ain't got the key. Like I said, I only got a 151. But anything is possible, y'all. Just put your all into it. Do the best that you can do. And at the end of the day, God got you.